Demonetization happened 5 years back. Now that we know everything that transpired in those 5 years, do you think it could possibly be a success? Did we achieve all the objectives that we said we would achieve? Or did we end up achieving something else on the way? Or was it an exercise that could have been avoided entirely? Let's find out in this video. Alright, so here's a disclaimer before we begin. I don't care which political party implemented this, which party criticized this. I am going to give you reasons and arguments that are going to be backed by data. So this is not some opinion video. This is the hard reality sitting today 5 years post demonetization. Now first things first. We can all agree to the fact that demonetization was a huge operational blunder. A lot of people lost their lives and a huge inconvenience for a lot of others as well. We said we are going to achieve objectives like removing corruption, removing the printing of counterfeit currency, even reducing terrorism to some extent. Whether we were able to achieve that, I highly doubt. Also, the data is highly unreliable and also unavailable at this point of time. Now coming to what we were able to drive through demonetization are 3 steps, and I'll go through one by one. 1. Rapid digitization. 2. Pushing the businesses from an informal sector towards a formal economy. And 3. Trying to reduce the amount of cash in circulation. Let us address these points one by one. We'll first talk about digitization. Now UPIs and other prepaid modes of payment were basically unheard of when demonetization started. And just to give you a perspective, the number of UPI transactions this year is 40 billion, which basically is 4,000 crore transactions in a single year. This number was 22 billion last year, and it just goes to show the massive UPI adoption that the country has seen. Now largely a lot of people had a huge amount of cash crunch during digitization, which is why people and businesses alike had to shift towards digital modes of payment, and as a result of that you see the numbers that I've just quoted. Now coming to point number 2, which is formalization of Indian economy. Now the informal sector constituted to 52% of the economy back in 2017 and 2018. Sitting today, the informal sector is only 15 to 20%. Now there are 2 advantages of everything moving from informal sector to a formal sector. 1, economists are going to get a better sense check of how the economy is performing, because a lot of people would have moved into the ambit of formal economy. 2, it is going to result in higher tax flows for the government, which would mean that the tax to GDP ratio is going to improve, which has been a historically very low number for India. Now digitization and formal sector are 2 things which we have been able to achieve. Now you would think of it that with rapid digitization, the cash in circulation in the economy is going to reduce. But did that actually happen? Let us take a look at some numbers. So during demonetization, the total currency in circulation, which we call CIC, was at 13 trillion. Today that number is at 28 trillion after 5 years. This means that the growth in currency in circulation in the market has also jumped by more than 100%. If you take a look at currency in circulation and divide that by GDP, that ratio has also jumped from 9% in demonetization to 15% today. Now, what does that tell you? That suggests that India is going to be a cash reliant country for years to come. Yes, rapid digitization has taken place. Yes, a lot of people have moved towards prepaid modes of payment, but cash continues to be the king. And that is why I believe that objectives like removing corruption, stopping the printing of counterfeit currency, even reducing terrorism, they might possibly not have been achieved. So the reality today, 5 years past demonetization, is a mixed bag. A lot of the objectives I would still say have not been achieved, but in terms of moving the entire economy towards formalization, we have made a lot of progress. Alright, that's it from my end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe to Finance Lens for more of such content, and I'll see you the next time.